YouTube.
Oh my god.
It's 5 o'clock. What happened?
The phone just rang. We flew because we thought it, I don't know, we just thought it was the phone. It was the phone.
Yeah.
It was the front desk calling because they had a fire alarm specifically from our room. And we were sleeping.
There's no fire alarm in this room. There's just a flashing light. That light up there was just flashing. No sound at all.
Oh my god. Well, you were jumping out of bed and you were like, "Oh, get a harness. Let's go." Because you thought it was Tufts.
No, I was, because I thought there was a fire. I was going to take them out of the room.
Oh.
Well, good morning.
I'm going to take her out.
Okay. Chair. Molly, have we recovered from the alarm this morning?
Oh, yes.
That was creepy. You're so cute.
Oh, no. Beautiful.
So the alarm that went off this morning, there was no sound. It was just a flashing light. It's right. That's what it looks like. Oh. But was it only flashing in this room?
I thought it was the lamp on the side of the bed that was flashing.
No, it was the alarm, the fire alarm. See, there's this flashing light up there. So apparently today is the day of alarms, because that was just a car alarm going off. But we're a little skittish now since that, because yeah, Kristen thought I wanted to put Molly's harness on because we thought I thought Tufts was calling to say something was wrong with Max, but I wanted to put Molly's harness on because I thought there was a fire. But it was a lot. It was fun. It was big fun. And then we couldn't get back to sleep, of course. Molly, you need to go outside and go potty, and I'll make you some breakfast, okay? I made you some scrambled eggs to go with your Breckens.
You made your scrambled eggs?
I did. I mean, I ate some too, but they really were made for you. There's Molly and Mama. We went to the Tufts today, and I wouldn't say the news we got was good news, but David. Oh, Molly, tell us how you really feel.
Do they know about Molly's?
Nope.
So tell them.
You tell them. No, you tell him. No, you tell him. Tell him.
No, you tell him.
Molly had a little bit of blood in her BM this morning, but we've talked to the vet, and the likely cause is something that we're just going to watch until the next BM. How about that?
Yeah.
And then Maxwell, his cardiac consult was
Normal.
not normal, but no change.
And we're still waiting for internal medicine. 2 days.
Well, no, his urine came back as not dropping protein, which means he has something called PLE. And now we have to figure out if the PLE is caused by IBD, which is irritated inflammatory bowel disease,
Yep.
or
Antibiotic response.
neoplasia.
It was the antibiotic response.
Well, there's 3 causes of IBD.
Yeah.
Or one that's treated from food sensitivity, one that's treated with antibiotics, and one that's treated with
immunosuppressants,
which we won't use.
Nope.
And then the other cause of PLE is neoplasia, which is a cancer.
Lymphoma.
So we were having some repeat labs drawn, and
Nobody's done them yet.
Well,
I'm really irritated in case you can't tell.
Labs were run on Wednesday at our vet.
We still haven't seen our dog.
No. And if he needs to have a scope, then we may not see him again today.
There's gonna be hell to pay.
Stop swearing. Molly says, I don't like that language, Mama.
Molly doesn't care. She's wearing a rubber belt.
So now we sit and wait. We're supposed to hear from the doctor early afternoon. But that's where we be. I got Dewey here. I got my crochet over here. I had to rip out literally 7 rows because I made a mistake.
I'm so frustrated.
I know, babe.
I'm angry.
I know, babe.
It should not take 2 days. And we still, 3 weeks later, have not gotten a call from the internal medicine specialist that's following Molly's case. Dr. Bronco said 3.
No, it's 2 weeks.
Fine, 2, whatever. And not only have we not been able to get a hold of her, neither has our vet.
Correct.
And it's really unacceptable because we have 2 days worth of medication left for Molly and no plan on what to do.
Right. I'm gonna go all namaste on their ass, babe. I just swore. I'll just flag it.
I'm not gonna go all namaste.
Namaste out of my way while I kick some butt.
You may want to stay at the hotel for my one phone call.
Just giving myself.
Don't mess with my dogs. That's all I have to say.
Molly, hey. When I said an adventure, I didn't really mean an adventure. She took me totally off-roading all the way down there by the water. Come on, let's go. And in case you can't tell, it's raining. Let's go. Max is hometel. Now I just have to get Molly back in the room and then I can give you an update.
Maxie, you making a mine fence?
I can give them an update about him too if you want. They don't even know he's back yet.
Max is back, as you can see. Happy boy. I'm gonna hang out there.
So I'm on my way to pick up something for dinner at Panera, and I've encountered something we do not see in Vermont. A traffic jam. I can honestly say it's not something I miss, but not the end of the world. We don't have to go far. As I sit here editing this video, and I hope you can hear this, I'm realizing that we never gave you an update on Max, and we never gave you an update on Molly post-discharge. So, 1, our vet did hear from Molly's internal medicine doctor, and we have a plan of sorts as to what to do about Molly. I gotta find a pillow. You're too low. And so that's a good thing. Shouldn't have taken this long, but it's a good thing. Second, Max was discharged today, and we have a plan in place for that. The only diagnosis we have at this point is that Max has PLE, which is protein losing enteropathy, I believe, which is not a good thing to have. PLE is one of the main reasons that Rudy passed away. So, as I mentioned before, there are 2 types of PLE. There's PLE caused by IBD, and there's PLE caused by cancer. And the only way to figure out if it's cancer is to be scoped, an endoscopy and a colonoscopy type deal. And the only way to determine if it's the worst kind of PLE that is IBD related is to scope. So we had some repeat labs drawn, and his numbers, one of his numbers improved, which we were really happy about, but another number deteriorated. So it turns out that he cannot have the scope today because, just like a human, there's prep that goes into an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. That, coupled with the internal medicine department, decided that they wanted to first try a diet-based IBD. Okay, they wanted to first go with the assumption that this is PLE caused by IBD, which is inflammatory bowel disease, and the treatment, the cause of the IBD was a food sensitivity / allergy. So they want to start with a dietary change. And the dietary change is not, I mean, it's the easiest, but it's a dietary change that the dog cannot eat anything except the food that is prescribed to them. So when you have to give them a pill, when they don't like their food anymore, it's very limited. There are no cookies, nothing. I mean, there might be some PLE approved cookies. We'll have to see about that are like prescription. Anyway, so we're going to change his food, and if that doesn't resolve not the protein, but along with the protein, he's had diarrhea. I'm sorry, for a long time, and he's been treated for said diarrhea, and it's done nothing. So if the diarrhea doesn't improve and his labs don't improve, we'll change it to a different food and or a medication, an antibiotic type medication. If his labs get worse, or if his labs get worse or he deteriorates further, the diarrhea doesn't resolve itself, we will change to another food and introduce the antibiotic likewise. If he stays the same or he gets better, we'll stay just on the food. In 6 weeks, we're supposed to come back for 3 days so he can have the scope done, because he can't have the scope with the diarrhea. He can, but it's easier to have the scope without the diarrhea. PLE left untreated is deadly, as we found out. PLE also does shorten the lifespan of your dog. Max is 5. Kristen's not yelling that I'm wrong, so he's 5. And he's 5. It's on his papers. I don't know why I'm questioning that. The lifespan of a burner is 6 to 9 years, or 5 to 7, depending on where you look. So, yeah. We're most likely going to have the scope done, but if he has the PLE that's caused by, is called immune-mediated IBD, the treatment for that is immunosuppressants that have a list like this of derogatory side effects. And I'm not talking side effects that, 1 or 2 dogs out of 1,000 get. I'm talking side effects that all the dogs get, or most of the dogs get. So we are not willing to do that. Kristen's mother was not willing to do that for her dog because Kristen's mother was a nurse. She knows how bad these things are. So it would just be keeping Max as comfortable and happy as long as we could. And if Max has the PLE that's caused by neoplasia, which is cancer, our thinking would be the same, because we feel strongly that at 5 years old, chemotherapy and all this, that ultimately does not have a success rate. It has a small window of improving life after a long window of decreasing quality of life. So we feel strongly that for our dog, it's not the right choice. Anyway, that's the story. As far as the seizures go, they wanted us to have an MRI. However, the seizures at the time we brought Max into the hospital were stopping. And to us, that wasn't something that was going to kill him immediately. PLE left untreated will kill your dog in days sometimes. Sometimes long. It can be longer, but I mean, it's fast if you don't catch it. So, we've changed his seizure protocol, and we've added in Prozac because it is thought that part of his post-ictal phase, I feel like I'm becoming a medical person. His post-ictal state, phase, time, I don't know what it is exacerbated by anxiety. So the doctor seems to think that Prozac is going to help. So we're going to give it a trial run, very trial. And I think that is all that we have right now. Yeah. So now I'm going to go back to the future and say goodnight. Sup? Hey, Kristen. Sup? I don't think she watches our videos, but it always makes me crack up. What time is it?
10:15.
Oh my lord. Oh my Lanta. So we are all packed up. Well, we're not all packed up. We're packed up as we can be for the night. We still have to empty the dishwasher. Not the dishwasher. Dear Lord, Erin. Brain cells are dying at an alarming rate. We still have to empty the fridge in the morning after we have breakfast and feed the dogs. And then load the car, but we have our clothes out. We'll have to put our dirty clothes away. I think we're sleeping in separate rooms. You don't want to say hello to the camera?
No, because I can never figure out how to hold it.
Like this?
I know, it doesn't work for me that way.
I see. Well, we are planning on leaving at, 9 tomorrow?
Right after the dogs eat?
Well, we've got to give them a little digestion time and make sure nobody has an adverse reaction to their new medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say 9.
So we'll be home by noon.
Yep.
If we're lucky.
And then we have to move.
In the rain.
I don't know how we're going to move the box spring.
We can't. I'll have to just sleep on the floor.
Anyone want to come move a box spring for me? Just kidding. Alright, so that's all for tonight, folks. Good night. Good night, guys.